Let's take a look what just arrived in the lab. Bally Space Invaders pinball machine. Now, we've owned Space Invaders before. Not once, not twice, not three times. This is our fourth Space Invaders, and I believe every single one has been a project. This one, I was told, does work. It just needs shopped out, is what they told me. And we'll see. Looking forward to getting this one going. It has a really nice looking playfield. And I believe it has all original boards. There's no aftermarket boards. Nice looking cabinet. So we'll tear into this. I got a sweet spot in my heart for these machines. And so looking forward to getting this one going. Let's bounce. Well, I see why the playfield is in such a nice shape. It is a full Mylar protection. It's not bad. It's got the lowest amount of wear of any original playfield Space Invaders I've seen. And looks like they took good care of it. The ball looks like it's in good shape. Don't have rusts or pits in it. There is an operator tech I'll need to remove. Came out of, I believe, Nevada. Let's see, Nevada Corporation. But you can see the age of the rubber rings. So the rings do look aged. Oh boy, look at that. It just crumbles. I've already got an order in with Pinball Life for clear silicone rings. And look at that, we got a Williams bat down here and a Bally one on this side. Here's some wear up here in the track. Not bad at all. Caps aren't too badly burned. You can still read them. Maybe turn out to be a nice machine. I've got the pinball removed from the playfield. Now it's time to lift it up and take an assessment of what's going on down there. See if I have to do any repairs or if it's just a simple shop out. This here is a first look below the playfield. It's just a quick assessment, seeing if anything's missing or glaringly out of place. All these cables I pushed through to transport the game here, so they need to be sent back up into the back box and reconnected. I need to look to see if they need to be repinned. They all look from here pretty much original. I think I see that red connector right there. Looks like it might have some hack with tape on it. We'll take a closer look at that. We have 2 transformers inside cages, rectifier board, 3 tilts. The roll tilt is missing the ball, service outlet, 2 coin mechs are missing. We do have the center quarter present. Over here on this side, we have a nice looking knocker, not burned up, not disconnected, and then the power switch from the inside. So that's our quick assessment. Time to lace some wires into the back box. All right, check this out. This makes it so easy. Take these beaded cable ties, just under 15 inches long. Bundle the 4 longest sections of the wiring harness. So when you pull it up, all the wires go together at one time. And these are reusable, and they're cheap. Okie dokie smoky, step inside the back box with me, will ya? That was simple. All bundled together still. Even managed to get the speaker wire. And I do see a hack right here on that cable connection right there. And looking at the key to it, looks like it's going to be the J2 up here on the MPU. There's the MPU. Somebody got rid of the battery that usually leaks and ruins the boards and put a lithium in there. Solenoid driver board, soundboard, auxiliary lamp board, the lamp board, and then the backs of the 5 displays. All present. All right, let's have a look at the connectors. It was 10 connectors and they're all put back. I've done no repairs, no troubleshooting. It's just as pretty much I found it when I purchased the game. All the connectors in the back box are reconnected. We have the playfield in the full upright position. Now's the time. Every single lamp socket, switch, end of stroke, coil, all will be gone through before I send power to it for the first time. And I'll also go through the rectifier board and just make sure everything's copacetic down there as well. So I'm guessing that took less than 2 minutes. I found a few things. I did find, for example, this switch here, this diode, it was all twisted and bunged up and creating a direct short. No longer doing that. I come across this lamp holder shot. It's not going to stop me from playing, but it's going to be an issue. It will not light until it's remedied. What else did I find? I found a few of these insulator things. They work their ways off, and so I got them all put back on, and so it's going to reduce the chances of a short. Now I'm going to look at the rectifier board and the transformer. So the only thing I really found on the rectifier board was this heat shrink has failed, and you can see the bare wire. I don't think there's any peril right here while it sits in my lab for testing. The two transformers look fine. Found nothing over here, but on the coin door of the start switch, the diode right down there, it was creating a direct short, and this lamp was creating a direct short. So I think I'm about ready to throw power to it. This ought to be fun. Here's the ball. This is the first test. Plugged in. Here we go. What's going to happen? There's that power switch right there. Pretty promising. I see nothing in this score, that score, but we do have player one. I don't know what's going on down here. And shows we have 10 credits and 0 maps. Let's hit the start button. Here we go. Well, that's pretty exciting. We have a ball there. Pulled a credit down to 9 credits. Let's see what happens when I push player 2. So player 2's display is not working. Player 3's display is not working. And player 4's display is not working as well. So let's launch the ball. Ooh, that was soft. Let's try the flippers. Nice. Over here. This should be player 2 now. A little firmer shot there. I'd say it's playable, just a little tweaking and see what's going on with those 3 displays. I like it. Looks like on the player 1, the 100,000 segment is missing. I'll have to address that. And we'll take a look and see how many lamps are bad in just a second. Let's do the official first lamp test. Quickly count them. Probably miss a few, but let's go. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 controlled lamps is what I got on the play field. And 3 pop bumpers here. 1 or 2 there. They're not pop bumpers, but lamps in there have failed. Not too bad. Could be the holders, could be the lamps. We will see. So this 4i beauty right here, she demanded a recount, and the controlled lamps that are non-working that came out to tally 21.5, and around the back glass, the chase lamps, that one's missing right there. All the other ones are loud and clear. 5x5, baby. Running the display test. Only 2 displays are showing to be functioning, and that's our baby. That's a problem right there. Boom. Boom. All right, so shouldn't be too hard, I wouldn't think. This here's the smoking gun culprit of the display issue. If you look right here, this is a pretty good example. These are the male pins on the display. This is the bottom side of the display. I'll flip it over in a second, but if you look right here, you'll see the crack
This is where the solder is shrunk away from the male pins and lost connectivity. And I'm pretty sure just by resoldering these, we should bring this 6-digit display back. So that's the display right there. Let me zoom out. And that's the display connector right there. The solder. Now let's travel down to the lower portion of the playfield where the flipper bats are. These two upper flipper bats, they are correct. This left-hand side is classic Bally, it is correct. And on the right-hand side, you'll see the Williams logo, and it's more of a pointed tip. This is incorrect. And so I have a brand new replacement classic Bally flipper bat, but it requires a plate and shaft to go through the playfield and connect to the mechanism. So I'm not sure this is gonna work unless I get a plate and shaft or an all-in-one that has the shaft connected to it. So it's gonna be remedied, but I may have to order some parts. So I wanna set my Space Invaders to a 3-ball instead of 5. Up here it tells you that 3-ball set switch number 31 to off. And if you look at, this is bank 25 through 32. Starts down here at 1. 31 is in the on position. So with the game off, I'll take this and do it one-handed. Now when I power it up, it should be a 3-ball game. Solenoid driver board is removed, sitting on the playfield. There were 2 screws mounting it and 3 of these plastic clips. And this is the tool I use to remove it, the plastic clips. Bingo. Love that tool. This is my Bally solenoid driver board mods cheat sheet. I'm gonna do the negative side of C26 to ground, the negative side of C23 to ground, and then I'm gonna tie test point 1 and test point 3 together, all on the back side. And this is the negative side of C23, and this is the negative side of C26. And you'll see in a minute. All modded out. Back side of solenoid driver board. Here's the one ground to the ground. You follow it around, it goes to there, so you know it's the ground. And then the other ground, this is actually test point 1 and 3 connected. And then the other one is a little bitty one right there to the actual ground that comes around and meets the ground. So that's the ground mods, the 3 of them. Behind the solenoid driver board in the back box, I placed an Easter egg. Wonder how long till someone finds this. This connector here is the J2 connector from the MPU. And I'm gonna clean up this little splice on this brown and white, and then whatever color this one is, looks like white with brown or white with black. Put new connectors on there, make it solid. That's a brand new 0.100 Deluxe female, ready for action. So here's the waste from repinning those 2 wires. And this little booger, brand new one, just as I crimped it, it slipped out of my fingers, so throw that dime away. All right, take a look at these 3 pop bumpers. I haven't really done anything to this one, or this one, but this one, I took it off, went to my bench, and I actually hand sanded this layer of burn from the old lamps. Let's see if we can make this look a little better. Hopefully it'd be looking as good as this one. All right, there's all 3 thumper bumper caps, untouched, by hand and with my little Hobo Freight Dremel with wire wheel attachment. You can see the work I did in there. I think it lightened it up a little bit. We'll try this one now. And finally, the 3rd one. This one came out pretty nice. It's actually got a sunken spot because it got so hot with the original 44 lamps. So I think that one looks the worst, but I could always go back at it if I wanted. That's what this one looks like. You can see how it's sunk right there in the middle. You know, these are reproduced, so you can buy them brand new and have them really, you know, if that's crispy white or whatever, but I think it looks pretty presentable as it is. Not bad. So guess what I've been up to? This was already used, but this is a former 50 pack of Yopsicles. I used 2 on this game already for bad sockets. And I'm gonna go LEDs anyway, down here on the controlled lamps. But I snuck one in here because that was a bad socket. And I snuck one up in there because it's a bad socket. These things are amazing. All right, I got the plate field slid out. I'm gonna do some vacuuming and cleaning. Gonna get rid of some dirt and dust and turds and all that other stuff that's undesirable. This is how I do it. Not you, but you. It's a 2x4, 42 inches in length. And just make sure, what I do is I unplug the machine and I make sure nothing hits this bar here or anything else. So there's no contact with anything other than here on the bottom of the playfield where there's nothing to hit. And also the floor needs to have something non-slip because this board, if it goes out, the playfield's coming down. But I have a rubber floor here, so that's not a worry. And you could also put like an abrasive rag or something to keep the wood on wood from sliding, but it's not a worry here. That thing is solid, and the way that the playfield holds it down. All right, now it's your turn. Let's go. So I've been working on lamps, and I got quite a few of them working well. I put in, I believe, about 9 of these yopsicles in the controlled lighting. You can see the difference. This is the one that wasn't lighting versus an incandescent. It probably doesn't film as well as it looks in person, but it really looks robust. Looks really nice. Difference between this one and this one. So anyway, I'll probably all yopsicle it, which is gonna be probably 50 or so, but I like it. So I gotta get rid of this Williams flipper, right? And I was gonna match this side over here, this classic Bally side. But then I was going through my part stash and look, red translucent Bally flipper bats and clear silicone rings. So that's what's going on down here. So I'm gonna do a couple things here. Right now it's set max credits at 10. I'm gonna bump it up. I think I can go to 40. And what's happening is with an original board, I don't think there's a free play option, so I have it populating a credit for every 10,000 points, which isn't really that hard. You really have to be doing really crappy to not get 10,000. So I'm gonna bump it up to 40, and also when it does knock a credit, it's pretty loud, and it doesn't bother me, but it might bother some, so I'm just gonna disable the knocker coil in the bottom of the cabinet, and I'll just put a note there saying, hey, it works great, but you know, I disconnected it. I disabled the match feature, so I turned switch number 28 to off, and that turns off the match feature. This is just how I like it in my game room. I really don't need a match. And also, I took it from 10 credits down to 40 credits by taking switches 25 and 26. They were in the off position, now they're both in the on position, so I should have 40 credits and no match feature. So we're looking down at the playfield into track mode, and the 7000 and the Win Lit here on this right in lane, they're both locked on. Those have the 2 brand new yopsicles, and they probably have a weak, what is it, a Q20 and Q38. I'm gonna replace these SCRs and see if I can unlock those 2 lamps. So here on the workbench, there's 38 and 20, the SCR is removed. This is the back side of the board. I just have to solder them back in, right there. And over there, let's see what you got. There you are. I use an X when I'm on the back side just to make sure I don't go and jump over and get the wrong one. So saves time and trouble, and works for me. So the leads have been trimmed off and cleaned up. Let's install. As you can see, the 7000 is working as it should with the new SCR. I still have the Win Lit locked on. See, it's supposed to probably do that. Flash like the other Win flashing. So I have the new SCR in Q38, so maybe it's another component. I shall look deeper. As I clean Space Invaders, I want to get between the 2 back glasses. And there are 2 tabs. There's one here and over there. And as the door shuts, it actually closes it up. So what you do is you have to unlatch it like that, pull it out, and on the other side, get in there and lift up on the channel, and then you have the 2 glasses separated where you can actually get in there and clean it up. I have to say that this falls into the category of a happy accident. I was not planning on doing any LEDs in the back glass, but I think those chase lights, the infinity lights, look super
with the Comet cool whites. What's your thoughts?
I'm getting ready to shop this out now with all new silicone rings and lamps and all that. I'm gonna have this arch off, and I'm gonna do my best to remove this operator's tag without harming the arch. This arch is in really nice condition, and if you saw my old Future Spa video, I removed its operator tag with, I would say, mixed results, and I'm hoping for better results when I do this one. So just a smidge under 12 volts DC. This was a pain in the butt to get my arch illuminated by the strip lighting. Got the buck converter there, and I'll show you underneath the playfield how I got the voltage. There was no 12 volt that I could source for the arch. All right, let's follow the path of the power. It comes out of this hole around, follows the main harness down, and it exits down here at the bottom, comes around, and here is the new outlet that is switched. It is only hot when there is power switched over here. So I grabbed these two, I think it was a blue and yellow, brought it along, and feeds that little box there. Here's a quick one-handed unboxing from Pinball Life. Got a Rotten Dog MPU 327 for Williams. Ooh, popcorn. And lamps. And lamps. More lamps. Rings. Rings. Feet. Ooh, that's heavy. Rings, lamps, a lock for the mini jukebox, and spring washers. Looks like they're all stuck together. Rings. I saw tips. Where'd they go? What? Oh, they're right here. Tips, rings. These are Champion flipper rings for an upcoming project. I think you'll like to see that. That'll be coming up. Lots of locks. 10 coin door locks. That's it. Popcorn. So here we are at the coin door getting ready to clean it up. I've already removed the lock. I'm going to put a lock that matches my other games here. This foil reflective label here, I have a new one for it. And right here you can see, this is James Bond's younger brother.
Agent 004.
And this should look more presentable when I'm done. So now we can see that display, that one here, and that one up here. They're all fully working because I borrowed them from my Bally Spa pinball machine. These 3 glasses that came with Space Invaders, I did go through and check them all out and reflow all the solder. There's 0 life in these, so I'm guessing maybe a bad display glass or this chip over here may have failed, but there is no life. And so testing with the Bally Spa displays, everything's solid there.